back. I'm back. Every week is looking a little less ghetto than the week before. Last week was my very first live on YouTube. I'm sorry, it's getting. I'm still in TikTok land, brain wise. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. Um, I want to thank the few of you that showed up on last week. First of all, let me give you a little time to come into the room. I guess I better give you guys some time. My people, I said I was going to be here at midnight, so I'm about 3 minutes early. Um, I know you guys will be watching this thing back tomorrow, whenever. I just thank you all for the love and support. I thank each and every one of my TikTok family members that have come over and hit that like, that share, that subscribe button, and are doing everything they can to help me get to that watch time, because at this point, I am working for free. And it's okay. I absolutely love what I do. I love coming up and talking to my people. I'm only live once a week. I was doing it on TikTok every week for the last 2 years, and now it is time for me to make my presence known here on my YouTube channel as well. So I thank you all for loving what I do content wise. Again, the content is evolving, but we're growing, and I love it. We're approaching the 6,000 mark with regards to subscribers, and now that I'm going live, I'm hoping that you guys will love me live as well. Let me talk about my stroke. Let me talk about my stroke. Okay, we got one person in the room, Miss Sonia. How you doing, Sonia? I see you, son. You made it. You made it. I can't play music over here, so I just gotta clap. We got to figure out what I can get away with. I don't know what I can get away with right now. Hello, Sonia. Um, I do not know how to add you. Please drop give me your YouTube name so that I can subscribe to you as well. Again, I don't want to do I'm begging people to subscribe to my channel. I want to do the same. So please write your username here in the chat so I can write it down. I know, I'm so happy to see you. Sonia, Sonia, Sonia. I was going to talk about my stroke, but my friends have arrived. Forgive me, my sinuses are draining a little bit, so I may sound a little nasally tonight. Yeah, drop your usernames as you guys are coming in so that I can write them down. I'm old, okay? I don't know how to make this stuff work. So write your names down in the chat, the username, so I can subscribe to your channels as well. I want you guys to do what you can to help support me, and I want to support you as well. If this is what you're wanting to do, of course, I want to grow and be known just as well on YouTube as I am on TikTok. It's kind of hard for me because there's so many words that I can't say on TikTok. So I'm learning that I could actually speak, you know, on this platform. So it's cool. We got 6 people here. My people are actually coming out tonight. Thank you all. I'm going to talk about my stroke in just a minute. Ellis, how you doing? Jesus loves me. Jesus, he better. I love Jesus too. I love you as well, Ellis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You in this thing, punch your girl, and we made it. You all do not know how excited I am to have you all joining me tonight. I did everything I was supposed to do. I got here on time, and I read that, of course, you can send the link out via email. So I sent the link out to both the people that were on my live on TikTok, but it said that anybody that has the link can join you. So to me, it sounds like it can be a multi-guest setup. So which book are we studying right now? I'm not sure what you're talking about. We're not. This is not Bible study. I don't know where you got that from. No, no, no. This is not Bible study, ABC. Never would have made it. Hey, I cannot do this without the love and support of my family. I don't have a name for my TikTok family, but I mean for my YouTube family, but my TikTok was just my TikTok fam. So you guys got to help me come up with a cool name for my YouTube community. Gosh, it's so hard to say that. All right, Internet Pirate, good to see you. How do you donate? Oh, that's so cool. I am not a person that actually that actually beg for money, I guess I can give you my cash app at some point. Right now, the only thing what I would love for you to do, internet pirate, is just to hit that button, like, share, subscribe, watch some of my content, and just come on back every week. That is what you can do for me. The best thing you can do for me right now. Right now, I'm trying to get my watch time up. I'm at the almost approaching the halfway mark, and that's all I want is the watch time, so that I can monetize for what I do, because I do a lot. You know what I mean? I'm always talking. I'm always creating, and I give my best and my all in everything that I do. So, yeah, that's what you can do for me, Internet Pirate. Son, okay, there you go, Sonya. Thank you so much. Please, people, as you're coming in the room, drop your username, your YouTube usernames in the chat, so that I can go and subscribe to your channels as well. I've just got to write them down, because once this thing ends, I can no longer see the chat. So I'm just writing them down. I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you so much for that, Sonya. Let me write it down, and then we're going to get started. I am so excited that you guys are coming over. It's so cool. That's when you know people love what you do. I love you because I love y'all. Y'all have no idea how hard this is for me. Just knowing that the app that I got introduced to you all on is just no longer going to exist. So it's a transition for me. We're gonna talk about my stroke in a minute. Hey, there we go. Look, Thor is here. These shows are getting less. Hey, Thor.
What's up?
We're doing it. The show is getting less ghetto with every week. I'm learning this thing. This is our massage therapist. We got a lot to talk about. This man, he left us on a cliffhanger on TikTok, and he thinks for
I'm on this
1
side.
minute that he is not gonna have to clear that up. All right. Okay, so let me ask you this, Thor. Do you have an option at the bottom of your page to add another person?
Not that I'm
It should
aware
be
of.
like a little person in the middle of your screen. You don't see that?
No.
You don't. See, that's the
Nope.
only thing I cannot figure out. Was it easy to do the link? You just hit
hmm
a button.
Yeah, just click on the link, hit join.
Cool. Very good. Very good. See, I know how to get one person. We have not figured out how to get multiple guests, but this is a start. This is much better. Like I say, I'm StreamYard. I'm gonna I'll do some work with it. Are you familiar with it at all, or you just know people that do it?
I just know a person that uses it.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
have
can.
to
If
invest in it.
anything, I can either I can ask her how to do it, or like she's really good at it. She can explain to you how to do it.
Okay, that would be cool. If you can send them my info or something, because I'm definitely gonna need some help on this thing. But yeah, if I can get to the point where I can have multi guests, will be great. Like I say, it'll be the same setup. It'll just be a matter of getting all my people over, because at some point I'm gonna just stop doing TikTok altogether, and it'll just be
hmm
exclusively here. You know what I'm saying? So very good. Is this loot? I'm not sure what that even means. Good morning from Scotland. We got some people in here tonight. All right, we're gonna roll through these comments, and then we're gonna get to this topic right here. He left us on a cliffhanger. All right. How do you? Oh, okay, I've already addressed that. Sonia's giving me your name. Look, people, if you, I would love to subscribe to your pages as well. If you would just drop your usernames in the chat. I'm literally writing them down, so that once the live ends, I can go to your pages and subscribe to your pages as well. If you're unfamiliar with me, I am Marquise. I was a pretty big deal on TikTok, but I'm a nobody on YouTube. So it's gonna take me a minute to get there. We're approaching 6,000
You somebody to
subscribers.
somebody on here.
I don't know. I'm a little bitty fish in a big pond right now. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there at some point. But yeah, my content is really built around family for the most part. I do handle a lot of the current events and hot topics as well. My lives are about any and everything. We talk about any and everything. There's no subject that's off limits. And I bring brand new topics each and every week. I'm only live once a week, and it'll be once a week exclusively on YouTube in the very near future. But we're just trying to learn the app and get through all the bugs. So bear with me. It's going to look a little ghetto for a while. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh yeah, we're gonna get not just feet either. Oh yeah, we're definitely they're already ready for you. Thor, they are so ready for you in these comments. We're not gonna let Thor get away with that. You already know we're about to get started on Thor. I just have to give people time to come over if they were coming over. All right, all right, all right. Thor. Now, when we left TikTok, it was on a cliffhanger. This, for those of you who don't know, this is my brother Thor. He's a massage therapist. We learned recently that in addition to doing regular massages, he does things with feet. And he left us with that cliffhanger that everybody's dying to know about. Would you like to provide some clarification on that cliffhanger, Thor?
Which part?
The very end of the show that just ended literally 10 minutes ago. Don't act like you don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, the intimacy coach person.
Yeah, let's talk about the intimacy coach, Thor.
Yeah,
Why are you consulting with an intimacy coach, Thor?
I mean, I just came across her content and just like I asked her a couple questions about
Thank you,
how did
Amy.
she create like flyers and stuff like that because she sent like she was showing out some flyers that she was doing for some of her that she was doing for some like the bachelorette parties and stuff like that because she do those too, and she goes take her product to like whatever. So she fed me with some information and stuff. She helped me like with some content ideas and business ideas and stuff like that. So we I followed her, she followed me back. We became friends pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, seriously. That's
So
no
she
that
she
that's
so
literally
so
how
you
it
haven't
happened.
sat through any of her sessions, huh?
No. Well, it's not necessarily for it's primarily for women because yeah,
Oh.
it's primarily for women, but however, she do have stuff for men as well. Like, she have like pheromone colognes and like she she don't discriminate at all. Period. So if you have any questions in any area that is related to health and intimacy stuff like that, she can answer it.
So she's over
And
there curing ED.
yep, pretty much. She I think she has something for that too.
Prayer. Thank God I'm not struggling with that at this time.
Oh,
I'm hoping that I'll be good. My granddad is in his 70s and still getting down, so I think I may be okay. I don't know. I don't know. If I got to get some help, then I know where to go. Why? I just want to know, how did you come across an intimacy coach if you weren't struggling in that area? That's just very strange to me.
I I don't know. I was just scrolling through TikTok. You know how TikTok do,
No, I
and
don't
yeah.
know, because
No, that's
TikTok, the way
literally how it
TikTok
happened.
works is that they only send you things that you're interested in.
And that's the thing because because sometimes when you scrolling or whatever, you stumble upon something that you really not looking for. Like
Mm.
somehow I ended up on what's that end of TikTok? Like where they out in the middle of the ocean and it's like really scary in the dark or whatever the case is. I stumbled on that.
No idea what that even means.
Like okay, so it's pretty much like the North Seas or whatever. They're in the middle of the ocean and it's really really dark and it's just like they have like this creepy music going and stuff like that. Yeah, so like you sometimes you scroll long enough, you find some interesting things that you're really not looking for, but it looks
Mhm.
interesting. And once you watch more than like 5 seconds of it, it's stuck on your for you page.
Mhm. Mhm. You just
So
stumbled
that
upon the intimacy coach. We're gonna take
mhm.
your word for it. This is coming from the massage therapist that specializes in uh-huh. Uh-huh. And he's getting ready to do a, what'd you say, a bachelorette party where anything
Yeah,
goes.
no, not anything goes, but
He may be violating a few of his rules at the bachelorette party. That's
Nah.
what I'm hearing.
Mm-mm.
You sure?
I don't mix business with pleasure.
Uh-huh.
It's bad for business.
You've never. You mean to tell me you've never done it?
Never. I've never done it.
Would you?
No,
Not even for Lisa Ray.
not even for Lisa Ray.
Halle Berry.
Nope.
Gabrielle Union.
Nope.
Sexy Red.
No.
I gotta figure out what's your type. It might maybe the
No.
women I'm throwing out are too high class for you. Cardi B. Meg Thee
No.
Stallion.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Like no, because like I said in the live, like my license is very important. Like that's the main source of
Sir, sir, I'm
putting food on
sorry.
my
There,
kid's
there, are few-
table.
there. Oh God, I better not say that. I'm married, and this thing is gonna be recorded forever. I better be quiet. In my single days, there are a few people that I would have gladly have lost my job for. Halle Berry's at the top of that list.
I
would,
mean,
would, would.
like I said, if I was that type of
My
guy,
wife
then yeah,
might be in
but I'm
danger
not.
this day if Halle Berry says she want me. Toni Braxton, I'm gonna tell you. Oh man, now I'm getting myself in trouble. Tony, now I love Toni Braxton. We've seen Toni Braxton live twice. She came to our city once, and we drove to Georgia once to see her. I told my wife first trip, if Toni Braxton want me, I'm out of here. I'm sorry, I love you. I'm doing this for us. I'm gonna get Toni pregnant, and then I'm gonna put her on child support. I'm gonna do a whole Kevin Federline on. I was trying to sell her on this thing, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And so, of course, the first time it was at Chastain Park, I think it's the name of it, and we were way up high, so there was no opportunity for me to even speak, to even breathe the same air as Toni Braxton at that time. Hold on. Pluto, don't come in here being rude. He was single at 11. I was single at 11. Me and my wife got together when we were 12. She's not lying. We got together when we were 12. We've been together, for those of you who don't know, me and my wife have been together since seventh grade, been married 19 years, just hit 19 years. Um, you have the same Ralph Lauren. Who you do? You asked, where's the symbol? That's exactly what it is. It's definitely Ralph Lauren. That's cool. Yeah, I've had it for a while. It's my favorite. I wish I had the whole set, but I don't. Okay, back to my story. So the second time we saw Toni Braxton, I told my wife the same thing. She came to our city. This was the last time she came to our city. I said, if Toni come close to me, because I watched her in performance and I saw that she was inviting people on stage and she was coming out in the crowd. I'm like, look, if she invite me on that stage, I'm going. I don't care. You will just have to be mad at me when we get home. I'm going up there, and if she come out here, I'm gonna be all over her. Just get ready for it. So she was like, Toni Braxton don't want you. Toni Braxton don't want you. I don't care. I want Toni. so so we get in the concert. I kid you not. She comes out. She was singing "Long as I Live," and she came out and she was singing. And she came out because we had floor seats. She got within 10, no, it was more like 5 feet of me. I could reach out, I could take 2 steps, reach out and grab her. And security stopped me. Because when I tell you, I was going for Toni. It was so I mean, she looked me dead in my eyes and everything. I was singing every word back
At
to
the
her.
same
It
time
was
while
just
she was
me and
singing.
Toni. I don't care that there were thousands of people and my wife sitting next to me. Toni Braxton was singing to me. This was our moment. We were falling in love. Long as I live, I would never get over. I was there. And security. The only reason that I could not get up and that I didn't grab her, security got in front of her. And it wasn't that she was scared of me. At least I hope she wasn't scared. It was the fact that people were screaming, and the microphone is very very sensitive, so people were
Hmm.
screaming because she was out in the crowd and she was reaching out and shaking hands and hugging people, and the feedback in the mic got so bad that security basically accosted her and put her back on stage. But I was this close. She looked me in my eyes right there. I had been practicing the song and everything because it was another sad love song that she would invite people up to sing with her, either a man or most of the time it was a man. I had been practicing that bridge forever. I was like, I'm gonna nail this thing, and I'm gonna throw her name in it so she know how much I love. I'm telling you, it's gonna ruin my marriage. I was going to risk it all, as people say. I was gonna risk it all for Toni, and I'm gonna do it again. Now, we're going to see Mary J. Blige in February. It'll be my second time seeing Mary. Now, I love Mary, but I don't love Mary the way that I love Toni. Like, me and Toni are in a relationship. She don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Me and
It'd be
Toni
like
are
that
deeply in
sometimes.
love. She just don't know it. And she just don't want to break up my happy home with my wife and my two kids. That's the only reason that she and I are not together. Does it sound crazy?
No, no.
Well, what
I
happened
think
to
everybody have one
we
of those.
listen, we don't judge? What happened to that? I will not be singing that bridge tonight, girly. But I was ready when I had to lower it like 5 keys because I can't go that high. But I had lowered it so it sounded good in the little range that I do have. And I had throw Toni Braxton name in it. I had remixed the lyric and everything, so it was going to be personalized for her. It was really bad. Somebody's writing rude stuff in the comments. It's saying the message is being held for review. Y'all better calm down in the comments. Yeah, Long as I Live was a song. And it was perfect because she was singing it to me. Long as I live, I never get over it. All right.
See, that story kind of remind me of that Heather Headley song "In My Mind."
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one. What you mean? Hold up. That was shade. What do you mean in my mind? This actually happened. It wasn't in my mind. What do you mean? She was singing to me. She looked me in my face. Now I can't believe you're gonna come on my live and tell me that it was in my mind. It was not. Toni loves me. Toni is 5'2". We look great together. Even when she put her heels on, we still look awesome. She still gotta look up to me. I love Toni. Don't y'all quit looking at my woman. That whole Birdman thing, she was just doing that just to make me jealous. I'm done. I don't want to talk about my relationship status with y'all. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know nothing. You laughing a little too hard. What you laughing at? What's funny? I didn't say anything that was funny. What's funny?
I'm just laughing.
Why are you laughing?
I'm
I'm
always
trying.
laughing.
You supposed to be my boy. I'm telling you about my relationship troubles and the ups and downs with me and Toni. And you finding that funny? This is why men cannot open up
No,
to other men. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they make
no,
fun of you
I
when you
was
when you want to
laughing
be
at the
open and
comments.
vulnerable.
No, I was laughing at the comments because somebody really wants you to sing that bridge. Somebody
I
really
will
wants you to
not.
sing that bridge.
That is for Tony's. That was for Toni. I would not. But I have rewritten the lyrics and everything. For real.
Somebody wants you to sing it.
No, I will not. You guys keep coming back. I may be comfortable enough to try it in another live after I worked all the bugs out. But right now we still working through the bugs, so it's a no.
You know what? You should make a TikTok about that.
About what?
Singing to Tony,
I'm telling man. When I tell you, it
tag her
was
in it.
she was singing to me and I was singing to her. I knew every word. And it was crazy because it was a lot of old, we call them old heads, older people that were there, and they only wanted to sing the older music. And of course everybody knows
Hmm.
all of it. I knew every word to every song. Like all the music, including Love, Marriage, and Divorce, the albums that didn't do so well. So any song she threw up, I was there. And every time the song would start, people would look back at me. I was like, "Yeah, I know that one too."
I
it
know
was
that
really
one,
bad.
that one, and the next one.
It was, and I was singing them too. So I did it there. And there's one other person that I'm super obsessed with, Erica Badu. I don't know how we spun off into this, but we're here now. Erica Badu, I'm completely obsessed with. I know every song on every album, and I've seen her 4 times live. What I love about it, I'm super attached to Erica Badu because my daughter's very first concert. My daughter, I've only taken my daughter to 2 concerts. She was an infant the first time we took her to the concert. Not an infant. She was maybe one. She might have been, no, she was about maybe two. Two the first time she went, and I just took her no, earlier this year, and both of them were Erica Badu concerts. And of course, she doesn't remember the first time, but it was special to me and my wife because we didn't have well, I won't say we didn't have a babysitter. We were so attached to her as a baby, we just didn't want anybody to keep her. So we took her to the concert with us. Oh, New Edition was your first concert. I'll get to New Edition in a minute. We saw New Edition, and Bobby Brown was sloppy drunk. He could not hold the tune, and the other guys were holding him up. We left. It was terrible, and we knew the only reason they were doing that was because if all members weren't on stage, they were not going to get paid. So they just basically held him up so they can get their check. I had a very sour experience with New Edition, so I'm glad, but it's a no for me. All right.
Oh yeah, yeah, Mickey. We passed the whole intimacy coach story. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we'll get back to that right now. Right now, I'm talking about my concert experiences. So the first time we took her, my daughter started reading fluently at 3. She was just extraordinary, still is extraordinarily intelligent. But Erica Badu, I was obsessed with. So before I go to concerts, I go and listen to the entire catalogs. So I listened to Erica Badu's entire catalog with my daughter. Well, I didn't realize she was paying any attention. The kid had learned so many of these Erica Badu songs. And Tyrone, she was singing to the top of her lungs, and she was 2. My daughter got in the concert. We were on the 4th row, and Erica Badu was the headliner, but there was Chrisette Michelle and Ronald Isley as well. My daughter stayed up all the way up until Tyrone came on. She sang "Call Tyrone" at the top of her lungs at 2 years old, and everybody in the crowd loved her because she was literally the only baby on the floor. And then she passed out. And people, we were enjoying each other, and like it was such a cool crowd. And this is why I like going to established artists concerts because you
Hmm.
have the mature crowd. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about getting shot, stuff like that. But
Right.
the people, it just feels like a family reunion. So people were looking around. It's like, can I hold a baby? It's a little older lady. She may have been in her maybe her 50s, 60s, and she's like, "Can I hold a baby?" And she held my daughter the rest of the concert, and my daughter never woke up. So it's like a memory that's just encased. It's just trapped. So when I took her, it was just me and her this time. I took her to the concert. She was all excited this time around. She knows the catalog. And when that song came on, it immediately took me back to that moment where she was just a little girl. You know what I mean? It was just special in that way. I don't know why we're here, but we're here now. It was cool. It was a really, really cool day. Who's your favorite artist?
Uh,
Are you more into rap? I'm an R&B dude all day, every
no,
day.
no, I'm R&B. I'm an R&B kind of guy. I would say Tamia.
Tamia, now that's different. I love "Stranger in My House." She got like 4 or 5 great songs, but
Hmm. Oh no,
I don't mess
I
with
love
her.
her. Tamia
Really,
Divine.
she has a great voice, but I just don't.
She do.
Yeah,
Divine, definitely Brandy,
Brandy
Shaka,
most definitely.
Shaka,
Hmm.
Gladys,
Hmm.
uh, Sade. I listen to a variety.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay, that's pretty good. Uh, that was a pretty good, great lineup. We're gonna give them that, Sonya. Whitney Houston is gonna be
Definitely
my.
Alicia Keys.
Oh, I love Alicia. Yeah, Whitney is always gonna be my number one. like best singer in the world. I'm sorry, can't nobody mess with them. Love Whitney, love Anita Baker, love Toni Braxton, love Mariah Carey. Not all of her stuff, but the
I can
black stuff. What
I,
you
I can
mean? What you shaking
I
your
can't
head
do
about
Mariah.
Mariah? Not
I
like
can't
new
do
Mariah.
Mariah.
Like Mariah now needs to retire. But when she had that string of hits in the '90s, Mariah was it.
I can't do Mariah because I'm still convinced that that wasn't her hitting them notes back in the
You got to
90s.
be
That was not
kidding
her.
me.
I am convinced that was not her because when she went live and yeah, when she did, she was at a concert and one of them the song off of Rush Hour. Yeah, she was trying to hit that note and she could not hit it. And I'm like, so I'm convinced ever since I'm here, I'm like, that's not her hitting them notes. I'm
We're gonna
still
get back to that. Alicia Keys, of course, her first four albums, I know every word of. Alicia Keys, Brandy, I love Brandy. Carl Thomas, um, Donnell Jones, Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell does not get enough credit, but he just has that voice. The not new Tevin Campbell, but
Jesse
baby
Powell,
Tevin Campbell. That voice was just unmatched. Luther Vandross, of course.
Luther,
Oh, I love Luther. Um, yeah, I think
Barry
that's.
White.
Oh, Barry's good. Barry's good. Yeah, like I said, I love great singers and I love lyrics. You know what I mean? I love
Mhm.
when you could tell me a story and make me feel something. So anybody that can deliver in that way is great in my book. Yeah, those are my go to people. But yeah, Whitney's at the very very top of it. I love everything about Whitney Houston. I don't I that just, the voice was just it was heavenly. It just you can't do nothing with it. Yeah. And I see people saying they're still crying over Whitney. I would say of all it's so crazy. I can only remember of all the celebrities that have passed, like we were sad when Mike left, but I was devastated when Whitney left. I was truly devastated. I can remember I was working in the office when Mike left, and we got no work did that day. I'm not even sure how none of us got fired. When we got that news, we had crowds of people in the cubicles, and we just had a whole press conference. And I watched both funerals. But it's something that just I don't know. Whitney hit different. Whitney, Aaliyah, and Aaliyah. How did I leave Aaliyah off that list? I love Aaliyah too. Whitney, Aaliyah, and Michael. Those three hit pretty hard, but Whitney's, well, yeah, that hit me the hardest. It's crazy for people that I've never seen or never met. You know what I mean? It's crazy to feel that kind of attachment to a musical artist. I think yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and Bobby Chris. They're talking about Bobby Chris in the comments now.
Now,
Bobby Chris was
now,
equally
now,
devastating.
either Aaliyah or Brandy, I will risk it for it. If Aaliyah was still alive, yes. Brandy, most
Aaliyah or
definitely.
Brandy?
Either
Well,
or
how you gonna leave Monica? And I love Monica too. You gonna leave Monica out of that?
for now. For now.
I think Monica's. Yeah, I
I mean,
love
she
Monica.
no, I love Monica too, but as far as somebody I would risk it for, Brandy number one, Aaliyah 1A.
Right there, no,
1A.
no. Halle Berry will forever. Halle Berry is forever fine. So Halle Berry, I might risk
Yeah.
it all right now for Halle Berry. Lord forgive me. I hope my wife doesn't watch this. I might risk it all for Halle Berry right now. Do you see? Did you see? I just saw her on TikTok where she put the Oscar gown back on.
Mhm.
Like how you still this fine? It just don't make no sense. Don't make no sense to be that fine. Look, girl, they
Like,
rolling
don't
their
cut.
eyes at you in the comments. They said, "Bro, Ray J sister." I don't.
Brandy
I
is
think
a
Brandy
singer.
is. I will say Brandy actually aged a lot better than a lot of the other artists that were with her. Although
Mhm.
at the time when Brandy was young, I never really saw her as. Ooh, I thought she was so. I just. She's okay. But now, like I
Right,
said, she aged phenomenally.
right.
She looks
'Cause
really
yeah, I think uh,
good.
yeah.
What you mean she's not a singer? Who is not a singer? We about to start a fight in the comment section. Mickey, who is not a singer? You said too many years in. So I'm just saying. She's very classy. Yeah, Halle Berry is the one. I don't care. She might be a little crazy. Everybody says she's crazy. I don't care. I would take it.
Mm.
And I want bald headed Halle Berry. I do not like Halle Berry with hair. I like her just no hair.
Mm.
I do not like Halle Berry with hair. She's beautiful either way, but bald head Halle Berry is untouchable. Halle
Between
Berry,
her and
Nia
Nia Long.
Long, and Monica. None of them people need hair. None of
Yeah,
them need.
I was about to say between her and Nia Long.
Yeah, Nia Long. All three of them. All three of them. But yeah, Halle Berry is the only one I would risk it for, most definitely. Right now, today.
And Tony.
All of it. You can have it all. I'm sorry. God forgive me. What does she sing? Jennifer Hudson. I'm gonna tell you, I do not like Jennifer Hudson as a singer. I know she can sing, but I do not care for her voice. She is loud. Jennifer Hudson is just loud. Like
Not Jennifer Hudson. What's the other one?
I
I
would
can't think
take
of her name.
Fantasia over Jennifer Hudson.
Mm,
I don't.
what's
Yeah,
that?
I do not care for Jennifer Hudson's voice.
I cannot remember her name. She
Who we
sings
talking about?
Lions, Tigers, and Bears.
Oh, you're talking about golly, help us out in the comments. But I'm scared of loving you. What is that? Something with a J.
No, it's not Jennifer Hudson.
No, it's not Jennifer Hudson.
It's not Fantasia. It's not Kelly Clarkson.
Lions and Jasmine Sullivan. I knew it was.
It's Jasmine Sullivan.
I
Yeah,
knew it was another
I
J. It's
love her.
Jasmine
I love
Sullivan.
her.
I don't like her
I
voice either.
what? Fine, more for me.
You can have her. Why? My thing is, why do I need Jasmine Sullivan if I have Brandy? To me, Jasmine
Mm.
Sullivan is Brandy's daughter. I don't need it. Mm-mm. She is flat foot. She's a flat footed singer. That's why she's loud. Sonya, I mean, she's just loud for no reason, bro. I'm just no. She's just screaming at people all the time. Patti LaBelle is a flat footed singer, but she knows how to lift and calm down. Jennifer
Hmm.
starts here and stays here. To me, it just that she just doesn't seem to have a
Balance.
she doesn't have a whole lot of color, if that makes sense. At least
Hmm.
Patti LaBelle is a screamer because I consider her, Patti, and Fantasia to be screamers. The other two are screamers, but they at least they color the screaming. Jennifer started screaming and she never stops, so it's just a no for me. Aretha and Tina. I like Tina Turner. I've never cared for Aretha Franklin's voice, and maybe it's just a generational thing, but I never liked Aretha's voice.
It probably is because my grandma would wear her out.
Mm-mm,
Barbecues, Sunday dinners, Saturday morning cleanups.
mm-mm. It's a
Like she would wear her out, and I'm like,
it's a
oh,
it's a no. It's a definite no for me. You don't like flat-footed singers? That's not true. Patti LaBelle is a flat-footed singer. I mean, I consider Whitney Houston to be a flat-footed singer. She didn't dance. Whitney, only thing she did was hold the microphone, and she would just. But I thought her voice was just ethereal and anointed in that way that I can't think of another voice that's as anointed as that one. But no, that's not true. I like flat footed singles. I just don't like that screamer. Waiting on y'all to tell me what Halle sings. Halle doesn't sing anything. Halle Berry is an actress. Halle doesn't sing anything, Mickey. What do you mean? You don't know who Halle Berry is. You must not be from America. Where are you from? There's no way you don't know who Halle Berry is. The only woman to win an Oscar as Best Actress. I'm hoping that will change this year. I'm thinking that the girl from Wicked is going to be the second one to get an
Oh, I think she got I think she got confused because we was talking about singers first, and then we just transitioned to and
That's
everything
our
else.
fault. Horrible
I think she
transition.
got confused.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. That's who I was talking the whole time, saying she don't sing. Oh, okay, I got you. No, she don't. I don't know how we got to have it. Okay, let's get back on subject. I'm sorry. That's not what you all came here for. I just started talking. I remember Halle Berry was trying to put out a song at one time. Y'all don't remember that? I mean, maybe I'm just too invested in Halle Berry. But Halle Berry was trying to put out. I never heard the song, but apparently she had gone into the studio and was prepared to put out a song.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yep. Oh yeah, there was a subject, girly. We were talking. Where we're about to get started. Before we get to what I wanted to talk about, this is something that came up that I was thinking about doing a TikTok on, and I still might. I think it'll be a great conversation for you and me to have, as well as the comment section. Are you married? Have you ever been married?
No,
Never been married.
no, nope,
Engaged? None of that.
nope, nope.
Any
Single.
kids?
I got one.
How old's your baby?
13.
Yeah, 13-year-old. Okay, cool. We're pretty close. My daughter is 16 and my son just turned 3. Okay.
Yeah, I got a 13-year-old. Then I got like what, one, two, three, four, five grandkids or five guy kids. Five
Oh,
guy kids.
what is a guy kid?
Like I'm the godfather.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said God kids. I thought you said guy, Guy. Like, what in the world is a guy kid? Y'all just making up
No,
all these new stupid
no,
terms.
no. I'm a godfather of five kids. Oh, four or
Godfather.
five.
I
One
understand.
of
I
them too.
understand. I understand. Okay, so now I'm finna dig in your business because I do fall into interview mode quite often. And when that happens, my microphone does come up. So, can you tell me? Um, you have a 13-year-old daughter. How long were you and the mother together?
Uh,
Are you
about
cordial now? Do you not speak?
um, we speak now, but we were together for about a little under a year.
Okay.
Um, she was actually I was engaged to her. Then we, kind of celebrated the engagement.
Uh
She
huh.
ended up pregnant. She ended up pregnant that night,
Oh,
and
that's a
then
lot of
things just
celebration,
fell apart.
huh? That was a
Yeah,
lot
things
of
just fell apart from there.
celebrating. So let me ask this, Thor. So how long were you together before you started cheating on her? Because we know that's why she broke up with you.
No, I never cheated. Like,
Look, I was just trying to catch you.
yeah. Um, see
Why?
what it
Why? If you
was.
don't mind, what caused the demise in a relationship, in your opinion? Because I like to hear what men say because oftentimes men are never going to admit to their wrongdoing at all.
Well,
It
see,
takes
because
two people.
yeah, it does. But like at that time, I had an apartment, I had a full time job, and stuff like that. This was long before became a massage therapist.
Hold on.
Um,
I have to interrupt with these comments from time to time. They say you scratching your neck. They suspect that body language is
no,
less than
no, cause
honest.
no, cause it's like I really don't think about the breakup a lot
Sure.
because it's messed up how it happened
Okay.
because I wanted her like before my lease was up on my apartment. I kind of wanted her to move back in with me, but she didn't want to. So I was about to stay in I wasn't about to stay in a two-bedroom apartment by myself. So I ended up moving back in with my mom so that I can, help her out with her bills and stuff like that. So I did that, moved back in with my mom. Then that's when she wanted me, or she kept pressing me about moving or getting my own place. And I
This
was
was
like,
after the engagement or before.
this was like a little bit during the engagement. Like, so I
So
had my
you
own
left
place
an
during the
apartment to
engagement.
move back in with your mama, and you were on your way to get married.
Yeah, but I wanted her to move in with me during that, like beforehand,
You want
before
your
I moved back in.
fiance to move in with your mama?
No, I had my own place before then.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get the timeline right because I got an issue with
Okay,
that too.
so okay,
Okay,
so I
you
had
had your own place,
yes.
so you wanted her to shack up.
We were engaged. Like when I had
That's
my
still
own place, we
shacking,
were
sir. That's still
engaged.
shacking.
Well, I guess if you want to call it that, like that, yeah.
There's no guessing in it, sir. You wanted her to shack up. If you're not married and you're living together, you are shacking up. Are you a religious man? Because maybe you're not.
Not necessarily. No,
Was she a religious woman?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so y'all ain't even got to answer to God. I understand. Okay, go ahead. So you wanted her to shack up with you, and then what? She said
Um,
no.
Pretty
So did
much.
she not want to? Did she not
She
want move in before you got married?
um
Correct,
well,
girlie.
I don't know why she didn't want to move in, but I wasn't gonna stay in a two-bedroom apartment by myself because that was at that time that was like you know, too much money to be spending on a two-bedroom apartment and I'm by myself. So I ended up moving back in with my mom because she was having issues, like she was having health issues and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I ended up going back. I ended up going back helping my mom out with bills, taking her back and forth to her appointments and stuff like that.
So where was your
And
fiance living at that time? Did she have her own place?
no, she moved back in with her mom.
So y'all both engaged to be married, and everybody living at home with their mama. How old were y'all at the time?
I was well, yeah, I was 20.
You were 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's cool. Me and my wife got married when we were 21, so I understand a little bit of that, not much. But go ahead.
So we ended up doing that. My my biological brother, biological blood brother, whatever you want to call it. He had just gotten out of prison,
Okay.
and it just so happened that um like my daughter's mom was at my mom's house at the time because
Stop it, Barbara.
I cooked dinner. We was having Sunday dinner, stuff like that. He popped by, you know, and all this other stuff. So he ended up chatting for a little bit. He left. Somehow he found her on Facebook and started filling her head full of, he's just looking for a woman to take care of him, stuff like that. He ain't a real man.
Oh,
I can do you, but I can treat you better than he can, and stuff like that.
oh,
And she pretty much believed it. And it just so happened around that other time, my best friend, he was also in her ear. So she ended up leaving me because she didn't know who to believe. So she tore off the engagement. Next thing you know, I found out she ended up dating him, or she was
which
dating
one did
him,
she end up dating?
the best friend,
Oh, not your brother.
not the brother.
Okay. I mean, it's still terrible, but a little bit better. Go ahead. Whoa.
So she ended up she
Why was
ended
she
up dating the
messing with your best friend? Are they still together? Probably not.
no,
Okay, so this is before she got pregnant with your baby, then.
no, this was after she had already given birth.
Oh, so she had the baby during the engagement?
Yes.
Okay. So she had the baby, and then she started messing with your best friend.
Yes.
Terrible. Okay, keep going.
So so for the longest period of time she kept threatening me. She kept threatening to move out of state, put me on child support, and it was like, you're never going to see your kid again, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Then she ended up getting pregnant again while I was in the army,
13.
and I'm like, okay, I
Pregnant.
get out the huh.
Who was she pregnant by this time? Because you at the
She was
army.
pregnant by the best friend. She was pregnant by the best friend, but she tried to pin the baby on me.
Oh God, this is
And I
messy.
haven't and I haven't even touched her since like the time of conception.
Oh
I
my.
haven't touched her. I haven't touched her since then.
Okay,
So
so let me ask this question: how is it that did you fight the best friend? Because I don't, I don't condone violence, but every now and then,
he every time I see him,
he, I mean, did he
like
try to
he would
apologize? Because
talk.
I mean, that's some dirty stuff. How
No,
long were you all friends? Please tell me that this wasn't no
me
childhood friend.
no, me and him, because
Correct,
I
KK.
met the friend at Job Corps during when I was in Job Corps. So I was about 18. I was 18 around that time, so it was about 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
about 2 or 3 years. So that's how long I've been
What
knowing
year
him.
were you in Job Corps? I know several people that went through it.
I was in I was in Job Corps 20. I graduated high school 17. No, 2018. No, 2008. Sorry,
I'll say
I graduated
2018.
high
You a
school.
baby. Wait a minute. This
No,
math is no longer
No, I
mathing. Wait,
graduated high school 2008.
2018 with a 13-year-old, sir? Hold up. Hold up. How old were you
No,
when
no,
you
no,
had this baby? Six?
no. Okay, like my brain is.
You
Yeah,
good. You know I'm going to mess with you.
yeah. So it was 2008. I graduated high school. Later on, like about August, I was started Job Corps August of 2008,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Okay, so
yeah,
so you didn't fight the best friend. He never attempted to apologize. You still didn't tell me how long were you guys best friends?
about 2.5 years, almost three,
And he
until he
messed
did what he
with your
did.
baby mama.
Hmm.
Horrifying. Okay, so how soon after giving birth did she start messing with this guy? Because there was still an engagement. What brought about the end of the engagement? That I'm assuming this new dude, but how long between baby number one and did you find out that she was messing with this other guy?
Okay, so my daughter was born in November. Um, so November, December, January, February is when I found out that yeah, around February, like late January, early February is when I found out they was messing around.
How did you didn't catch them though? This is like a how did you find out?
Well, so the little brother came to my house, told me that they were messing around, and it just so happened that I ended up going over my baby mama's house to drop off some like diapers, give her some money for the baby, to get
Yeah.
supplies and stuff. And stuff like that. So I see him sitting on the couch holding my daughter. So he ends up putting her down in the crib and going out the back, running out the back door. So yeah. So I'm like, why is he here? Why is he holding my baby? Blah blah blah. She tried to keep me from coming over there, and now I see why.
Did she
So
apologize?
well, after a this long conversation about a few years ago, yes, she did end up apologizing.
Did you try to work through things after you found out about the her being unfaithful?
No,
See, which brings us
no,
back to our original topic.
right,
Men do not forgive.
right.
You see how it
Because,
all worked out. We now,
and
for those of you who are just
and
joining
part
us, we started this conversation on TikTok where there's a woman that said that she will forgive a man for cheating on her. Well, let me say it the way she said it. I would forgive my husband. I would rather forgive my husband 20 times than have 20 men play with me. That is what she said. But she related that to Keisha Cole, the singer, who was being cheated on and left her cheating husband. And now she's not been in a successful relationship. She's had a succession of boyfriends and things are just not working out in her favor. So that is what originally brought us here. And we just had a full circle moment here because when I left, I posed the question of do men forgive in the way that women do? And prime example. Absolutely
No.
not. he
And
didn't even
and
think
part of
about it.
that
He did not even hesitate.
and
So,
part of that
okay.
reason and part of that reason is because I know how he lived, or I know how he lives. So for her to do something with him, and I know I warned her, okay, he lives this way. He does this, 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 and this, and I know you don't like this, 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 and this because I don't like it. So
What was he, a
yeah,
crackhead?
no, he's just a very messy person.
Like a hoarder or just nasty? Just don't clean up.
Both, both.
So where how y'all best friend? What they say, birds of a feather? Let's look behind you.
Nah, cause nah, cause like no,
Let's go outside
like
and look inside of your car, sir.
I definitely live separate. Yeah,
They say birds of a feather, so if he don't
nah,
know how to keep it
that's
clean,
not the
what's
case
going
in this.
on?
That's not the case in this case. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, let's grab some of these comments. I'm not ignoring you all. The devil is a busy man. I don't either. I divorced while I was 9 months pregnant, and my son is 22. Probably won't marry again. Mickey, I totally understand you on that. I love my wife dearly. We've been together forever. But if I ever divorce, probably would never get married again. Not because I had a bad marriage. Marriage is great, but it is a lot of work, a lot of
Mhm.
sacrificing, and I don't and I know for a fact that I would never find a woman that behaves or brings the things to the table that my wife does. So for those reasons, I would never get married again. But I would lay and play and sin and ask God to forgive me every time. I hope I don't die like that man in the color purple. How'd he die? On top of me. That's what I'm praying. I'm praying that that doesn't happen to me in the while I'm trying to repent every time I go lay and play. All right, let's see. I think men forgive, but some make other women pay first. Not all, though. Very good thought, Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia, I'm going to send you the link. I would love for you to be the next guest. I really like the way that we're doing this thing. I think we need to choose a person every week from the TikTok, and they become my panelists for the night. Because look how great this conversation is going, and we're flying off the cuff right now. This is cool. All right. Uh, do you know? Oh, I love this. This is a question for you from Girly. Do you now have trust issues? That is for you.
At first I did, but now no,
No trust issues whatsoever. Okay.
no.
Um, who cheats on a pregnant wife? Yeah, that's extraordinarily trash. Yeah, yeah. To that, I think that is just very vile. I agree with you on that, Mickey. My husband says if something happens to me, he would not marry again because it's a lot of work. Hey, I think every man feels that way, but I mean, it's rewarding. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to say it's not a lot of work. Not the marriage itself. Well, I guess when I say a lot of work, me and my wife, we're cool. It's great, but it's everything that comes along with it. You know what I mean? The children, the dog, the house, the cars, keeping everything running, keeping everything smooth. And again, I'm very traditional in my mindset, so I carry the brunt of the load, in our household, and I just feel like that's just the way things should be. That's a conversation as well we're gonna have,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's definitely a lot of work in my opinion.
No,
Um,
like
I should be the next guest. Okay, girly, drop that. Make sure you drop
email.
your email address, and then when the show starts, you can be the next guest next week. And then I want to hit you up ahead of time so that we can have maybe like an outline of where we want to go. We can make it personalized interviews like this is somehow turning out to be, or we can fly off into the regular topics. But I kind of like these personal conversations like this. We're learning from each other again. One of these nights I'll sit down and give my testimony to everybody who hasn't already heard it. It's very heart wrenching. So I'm not going to ask of anybody anything that I don't give myself. So I think this is cool. Okay, he's got us on pause. So let me go ahead and read through a few more of these. Um, Probably it's mostly that dating is different now, especially in Atlanta. Everyone is married or gay. Not the best place to date. I've heard some horrible things about Georgia. You know what I'm saying, Mickey? I'm so sorry. I heard the dating pool is full of pee. I heard there's pee in the dating pool, and I see a lot of people just even on TikTok where the women are just as bad as the men. I talked about it earlier on my TikTok where there's a woman on TikTok that says that a man is a simp because he loved her and married her with three children. He's a simp because he accepted her three kids. There's another woman that said that men are sassy if they dare to use an umbrella in the rain. These are comments that are coming from women. So hey, the dating pool seems to be bad on both sides, and he'll be able to speak to that a lot better than me. Again, I've been outside of the dating pool since I was 12. So all right, hold on. Did you see it's me? Determined. Hey, determined KK. I didn't realize that was you. K Determined is in the building. Are you liking this setup? My boy is here. I'm really loving this KK where the my guest of the night just becomes my basic interview. I think we can roll like this. This is cool. Tell me, thumbs up. Put a thumbs up if you guys are liking this format. I kind of like this interview style. This is cool, where we're all gaining something in the conversation, as long as there's something to be gained, and there's a lot to be gained in this conversation. I kind of like this style. All right. How did you heal from your trust issues? Please share. That's another one for you, Thor.
Um, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of therapy, a lot of positivity. Um, I think also too what helped was like kind of distracting myself and like trying to figure out like, okay, what is it that me personally that I want to accomplish, and I pretty much focused on that before I even thought about getting into any relationships or even thinking about it.
Okay.
So that's some of the stuff that I've done, that the major things that I have done and continue to do. So
Okay. So
like right now.
how long were you alone with yourself before you began dating again? Or are you? Or well, I'm sure you've dated since, right?
I have a couple times. Okay, so 2011, my daughter was born. 2012, 2000. Okay, 2012, I was in the army. 2013, I started dating back in 2017. In
And your daughter was
2017,
born in when?
2011.
So you went, what is that, 7 years
Yeah.
without dating?
Yes.
Ooh, were you celibate?
Um, kind of in a way, yeah. But
Mm.
I wasn't. I just wasn't really looking for anything. I
How
wasn't
can you
really
be
looking.
kind of celibate? Now
Just
hold on, Thor. You're
no,
not going. Wait
cause
a
like
minute. Are you getting the meat wet or not, sir? They're
no,
asking. What do you mean, kind of celibate?
no, I wasn't at the
Okay.
time. No, I wasn't.
Oh, you were not so you were running through them. That's basically what you're saying.
No, no.
Then what do you
Like
call
if
it
it
then?
okay, so if it happened, it happened. Let's put it that way. If it happened, it happened. But I wasn't looking for it. But if it was to just so happen to happen, then it happened. But I wasn't really looking for anything serious at that time. But it
Okay.
just so happened that the way it worked was I really wasn't looking for anything, period. So I was just focusing on my army career, what I wanted to do in life, because
Hmm.
I went through like four different four different courses in college that I wanted to get to beside before I finally got back to wanting to be a massage therapist. So yeah. So
Okay.
I was in the army, I was in and out of school. So with those two alone, plus taking care of a daughter, that consumed those three things consumed a lot of my time. right there. So, and the rest of the time, like when I'm not spending time with my daughter or when she's asleep or whatnot, I would be playing video games or something.
It
So,
takes a strong man to admit he won't or haven't forgiven. I like that. Um, just don't say Halle Berry. I'm reading through the comments now. Oh, I want to watch your documentary. Shameless plug for anybody who is here and brand new to me. I have an actual documentary that's right here on my TikTok page. It's called Blue Blessings: The Bonner Family Story, and you get to hear the ups, the downs, and much of my testimony. I call it triumph over many many tragedies, and you'll see it throughout the 1 hour documentary. If you go scroll over to the playlist, is beautifully put together. It was shot by an actual studio. The name escapes me right now. But it was really well done. I hope you guys watch it. Make sure you have some Kleenex because if you subject to cry, this one it'll bring you to tears. But it has a joyful ending. So please watch it. And then like I say, one of these nights I'll turn this camera around on myself and give that testimony again. It seems I only do it when it hits. I don't just pour it out just because, you know what I mean. But when the time calls for it, I will definitely give it again. All right, that's so true. Coming from Miss B. For the person who says that Atlanta is not a good place to date online, dating online. Don't limit. Try dating online. Don't limit yourself to that area. Have you ever dated online? I've never. Well, I've never dated anybody outside of my wife for real. So I don't know anything about online dating. What are your thoughts around online dating, Thor? Are you have you done it? Would you do it?
I have done it. It wasn't that bad. Um, like some of the experiences I had wasn't really bad. Like, I think one of the things with online dating and some of the stuff is actually constant communication. And once you pass that, okay, once you feel comfortable enough, instead of just giving out the number, at least like do some kind of video chatting first. So that way, you won't you're not getting catfished, whatever the case is.
Okay.
So that's just from experience of dating online. Because I've also had long distance relationships. Um, and with that, it's just so pretty much it's just all about communication. If you're dating online, if you're in long distance relationships, just communicate as often as you can. Don't be afraid to video chat. Yeah.
Okay. Lamar, I see you trying to be a smart butt tonight. For us, he is on the other side of the screen. So, where are you pointing? Stop playing with me. It's a figure of speech, sir. What I mean right now, I'm in interview mode. So, I'm interviewing my special guest and my brother right here. But when I say I'm going to turn it around on myself, I mean I will become the subject of the night. You will know when it happens. All right. I am here for it anytime. Cool. A a special place. At Maybe this wasn't for me. I watch crime TV and Dateline. Not sure I trust it. And the two dudes look nothing like their pictures. Okay. Oh, that was Mickey had a very bad experience apparently with being catfished and dating online. Uh, how does your son feel about you dating? I think he has a daughter.
Yeah. That they corrected it.
Oh, okay.
Um, she don't have an issue with it.
She's not jealous at
Um,
all of other
no.
women coming in.
Mm, well, no, because I'm open about it. Like if I meet somebody, I tell her I'm like, hey, I met somebody. This is what she looks like. Whatever. She'll be like, oh, she cute. Oh, she don't look so good or whatever. Like she's very open and blunt about it. So yeah, because I want to say a couple years ago she was like, I don't want you dating nobody, and then now it's like, oh, you need to go find somebody, and I'm like, well, I'm working on my business right now, so I'm really not trying to find anybody right now.
Okay. Listen, KK, you know I'm struggling to say YouTube. You know, it's so many words you cannot say on TikTok that I'm having to deprogram. And the fact that I have to keep switching between the two programs is making my brain just go haywire. So I mean YouTube, not TikTok. Right here on YouTube is my documentary. You scroll over to the playlist, Blue Blessings, the Bonner Family Story. Thank you for the correction. Y'all, what in the world? I mean, how does your daughter feel about? Oh, we've already done that. Y'all ends dating, sir. I'm very much married. I've been married for 19 years. He isn't. He's still in the dating pool. What are you talking about? These people will just get on here and say anything, just like TikTok. Online dating, you have to talk on the phone and then run a background check it, check if it doesn't add up, and block them. My lord, that's a lot.
I mean, like I've actually had that happen to me because somebody I dated in Mississippi, she actually worked for she was a dispatch for the police department.
Uh,
So she asked for my name and date of birth, so I gave her my name and date of birth, and she actually ran the background check, and she was like, "Oh, you're the first person I met that actually has a clean record. I
oh
couldn't find
wow.
anything." And I'm like, "What kind of people are you
Oh,
messing with?"
oh wow. Miss B says I would never will I date online. It's in person only for me. Yeah, I'm very old fashioned and I'm not very technically savvy. So yeah, I think at this age I would definitely have to date. I don't have to meet you at the grocery store or in church somewhere. I don't think I would be very open to online dating either. I mean, just because of the fact that people filter the mess out of their faces and their bodies and all of this stuff. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Or they take these beautiful shots from the neck up. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and and
And you
that's why
get to
and that's why
them
I
and they
said
look, everything else is just not where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
that's
I
why
don't
I
know how
said
to
what
do
I
that.
said.
What's
That's why I
that?
said what I said. That's why I said video chat. I mean, just like like a random day, a random time out of the day, just send them a video chat. Like if they don't answer, or if they're like, "Oh, I'm busy, I'll call you back." If they call you back on the video chat, cool. If not, don't even waste your time.
Okay, Girly says when you talk on FaceTime, there should be no filter. I don't even like FaceTime, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But you can still sit up here with the cover pushed up to your neck, so I can't tell what you look like. And dim the lights. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of tricks you can do. I just don't know. I don't know if I would be very open to it. Okay, let me ask this. Do you date out well, I don't even know what race you are. Are you biracial? Are you black?
I'm Black and Native American,
Oh, okay. Black and Indian. Oh
so
Lord, oh Cherokee.
so
You
so
know
black,
it's I got
black.
Cherokee in my
You
family.
could just say black. I'm just light skinned.
Okay, so with regards to dating, do you date exclusively black women or Native
Yes.
American women or
Well, Well, I date black if I just so happen to find somebody that's Native American. If I just so happen to find a lady that's Native American, I'll shoot my shot, but mostly it's been black women.
okay, mostly black. Okay. And so you're not currently dating or are you dating currently?
No.
Not dating currently. Wow. So do you want to be married at some point or no? That's not a well. First of all, we need to get back to this God part because you say you're not particularly religious, which I understand. Do you believe
I'm
in God at all? Or are you atheist
I
or
do. I'm more spiritual than religious.
okay?
Like I read the Bible. I do believe in God. So I just don't go to church or subscribe to like
Organized
Christianity or
religion.
anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's fair. I
Uh,
know a lot of people that fall in that category. Um, so did you answer the question with regards to marriage? Do you want to be married?
um. Yes.
Because you should be getting close to 40 now, right?
34.
34. Man, my mouth is real bad. Well, 34, that's climbing up there a little bit though. You getting close. So you have no marriage is not a if it happens,
I
it
mean,
happens.
yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, I'm not gonna be too pressed about it.
Do you want
I mean,
additional children?
I do. It depends. Sorry. It depends on if whomever I'm with at that time, if they want more kids, then yes.
What are your
If not,
thoughts
then I'm not.
around dating? Do you date women that have children?
Yes.
You don't have a problem with that.
Nope. Um, my my daughter's mom had one child before me.
So she had a baby in high school.
No, she had a child outside of, she had one, not me.
No, that's what I'm saying. She had her first baby in high
Oh
school.
yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay, so she was always a hot girl.
I mean, and that's one of the things she finally opened up to me about, like during her whole confessions. She, like, when she apologized,
Uh-huh.
she finally opened up about everything from the time she was in middle school all the way up until
I'm assuming she may have had
um
some trauma, some
oh
trauma of
no,
some kind.
oh no,
Oh, she was
not
just hot. She didn't have anything happen to her.
she was following in behind the wrong people.
Oh, well, like I say, most times
And
when you hear women that become promiscuous in that way, it's because they've had something
drama.
happen to them
Yeah,
in their past.
but
No, she
but
was just a
no,
hot girl.
because I asked her about it, and she was like, "Oh no, everything I knew full well what I was doing. I was drinking I was drinking at the age of 12. I was having intercourse at the
Relations.
age. Yes, I was having relations around that time too, and
Wow. Just
she got
because. Hold on, let me save myself because they're attacking me in the comments. So not too much on teenage mamas. Well, first of all, I can beat up on teenage mamas because I'm the product of one. My mama was 15 when she had me, so I'm able to crack a joke every now and then about teen mom. My mama was a teenage mama. She had me at 15. She married my father the following year, right before I turned. I think I was one. Um, and then she had two more kids with him before their relationship went south again. You'll hear a little bit about it in the documentary. And again, when I'm ready to sit down and give my full testimony, it gets pretty deep in here. I'm sorry. Back to you. Um, so she was just a hot girl. She was
Mhm.
just out there. So if you had to do it over again, would you still have would you still have chosen her, or would you have maybe?
I would have. I would not have chosen her in particular. I mean, like, what I have, like, cause yeah, I would not have chosen her. I'll put it that way.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I won't. I'm back in the comments. I won't date anyone with a bunch of kids. My son already has three step siblings on his dad's side. Not doing that to him. I like that. That was going to be my very next question. You did say you would date. Look, I'm about to get myself in trouble. And I guess you guys need to understand that I am spoiled and selfish. My wife is my first everything. So I'm sad. Please take this with a grain of salt. I have two children. I have a teenager and a toddler. And if me and my wife got divorced, I don't think I would date a woman that has children, even though I have two. I know that is so rotten, huh? But I'm only saying that because I've never had to deal with baby mama or baby daddy drama. And in my case, my wife would be probably deceased. So you wouldn't have to deal with baby mama drama either because it'll just be me and you. So why do I have to invite extra drama? And again, there are way more women than there are men. So why can't I just go out there and get me one that either can't have children that will love mine, or
One that
or
don't
somebody
want
that
women.
wants kids that we can maybe have a kid in the future with. That may sound very very chauvinistic. I do apologize, but I like, but I don't think I would do it either. I just not that I have anything against it, but I also would not want it to become one of those type situations where she has a set of kids, I have a set of kids, and they either don't gel together, they don't blend well together, or that
Mhm.
one or the other becomes jealous of whatever type of relationship evolves. It's just a lot to blending families, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just
Right.
don't think I have the wherewithal, the experience, or the will to go through all of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get somebody that either can't have babies or don't have any. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Oh.
no, that's
Oh. Okay. So
understandable.
maybe you guys are gonna fry me in the comments, but that's just my thought. Look. Okay. A few people agree with me. Mickey says I cannot deal with everybody else. Girlie says me either. 3 kids for my husband. I'm sorry, ex-husband. There's nothing wrong with that coming from Sonya. It's not selfish. Okay, y'all making me feel a little better. It's in his YouTube videos. Yeah, yeah. Okay, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so you said you would date a woman with children. Would you date a woman with multiple baby daddies?
Depends on the situation.
Okay. She got
Um,
she has three dads by 3 men, or
um,
3 babies by 3 men.
because I actually, if she was reckless, no. But I do know that like I know somebody who had 2 kids. One one of the kids' dad ended up getting shot because he was just walking down the street and he ended up getting shot. So he
Okay.
ended up passing away. So that's forgiven. The second one, he ended up getting sick. So he felt as if he was no good to her. So he
Hmm.
they ended up splitting.
Okay.
And I ended up I was like, okay, that's understandable. So if it's something like that, then I can overlook that. But if you just out and just hunching on everybody and everything in sight, no.
You know what? I really do admire you. I want to take the time. I know I've been digging all in your business, but I want to take the time to say that it is so refreshing to meet a younger man that actually can think. You know what I mean? It's very rare that you meet somebody with this level of maturity. So I'm not playing matchmaker, but if y'all are some single women down here, this sounds like the type of dude you might want to get with. I don't know if he got any bodies in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to that. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was very charming as well. I don't know, but based on what we're getting here, these are the type of guys y'all need to be looking for. All right, let me jump in these comments again. I like this one. I was chuckling while you were speaking, not at you, but at the comment section because I was thinking the same thing. If she has 3 baby daddies, she is reckless. But I loved your example with regards to the two where the circumstances, that makes perfect sense to me. But like you said, if you're just wild and then just having a baby for every man that thinks you're pretty or that buys you a Louis Vuitton bag, then yeah, I wouldn't I
Right.
wouldn't, I wouldn't deal with you either. So I thought that those are very good points, and I think you covered them both. So one baby. Oh, so what? I don't know why she tried this one. So one baby daddy is Future, babe. One baby daddy is Future. One baby daddy is Chris Brown, and the other baby daddy is Lil Wayne. What are your thoughts on that one? I guess we can. We're talking personality wise, not money,
Mm,
or the way that they behave towards their children. Because I think that's a good example as well.
um. Well, I can actually go to my baby mama about this one because she actually got 4 kids, 4 different baby daddies.
Say what now?
Yeah, my baby mama got 4 kids, 4 different baby daddies.
So we do consider her reckless.
Pretty much. I'm the second one.
So how do y'all like get together at the holiday? How does that work? Well, do
No,
you guys share custody with your babe with your
I
daughter? Or how often do you have a kid?
um I have I have full custody. Well, I have residential custody, so my daughter lives with me full time. But
What is okay? Now you're gonna have to bag that up for me. What is residential custody?
my daughter lives with me. Like I make all the final decisions. So she lives with me. I take her back and forth to school. She lives with me throughout the week, maybe
What
every
is
other
the
weekend.
difference between residential and primary?
I guess there is no difference because what's worded on the form is residential.
Okay,
But some people say primary, some people say full, some I just call it what's worded on the document. It just said residential. So I just call it residential.
but so primary or full because you have full
Yeah.
custody. So
Yes.
she has like visitation where she'll get her on like the
Yes.
weekend, something
She'll
like that.
she'll she'll get her every other weekend and pretty much every other holiday. So like right now since it's winter break or Christmas break or whatnot, she gets her from the time she gets out of school all the way up until Christmas Eve, and then I'll get her the rest of Christmas Eve to Christmas. The rest of Christmas
I'm digging a
all that
little
stuff.
at this point because it's not very often that the dad is get custody of the children. Most times the mamas
Yeah.
are just not fit. Like let me say it that way. Let me be careful in my wording.
Mhm.
So was it something that transpired? The reason that you were able to get full custody because typically those are I always say it's the crackheads that lose their babies.
Like she
Because
wasn't
pretty
on any
much, I mean,
drugs or anything.
seriously, you literally like you could be homeless and
No,
and they won't give that baby to that man as
right.
long as you're not a crackhead.
So okay, so what it was, I think, cause okay, so how I initially got custody, she refused. She tried to run and duck the system. So when she got served, the courts knew she got served. So she just refused to show up to the court hearing. That's how I got custody.
That is
So
awesome.
she ended up trying to take me back to court, in which they look at what's in the best interest of the child
Mhm.
instead of what's in the best interest of the parent. So she kept saying I this, I that, I instead of you know talking about the child, or saying or proving pretty much that I'm unfit, in which I ended up taking pictures of how my daughter looked like upon me getting her.
Yeah.
I took pictures of how she looked. I sent them. The first thing I did was take pictures, send them to my lawyer. Like, hey, this is how she looked before I got her, and I ended up spending, I want to say, about 3 grand on clothes, toys, diapers,
Wow.
a crib, everything. I ended up blowing the whole bank on her, and because she tried to pin me out to be unfit. So I ended up taking a picture of everything that I spent, all the receipts, everything. I also sent that to my lawyer so that way, if she were to take me back to court, in which she did, she would have the evidence of, okay, this is the first thing he did when he got custody. He went shopping for the baby. The baby now has clothes, diapers, it's fed. He has, he has food, he has a place to stay, he has a car, he has this, he has that, everything. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Thor, let me I just got I really am just man, when I tell you, I just absolutely am super proud of you. You got your baby out of whatever situation she was in. You have been what appears to be the ideal father to your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to see more of. Men of color, especially, we get such a bad rap when it comes down to care, custody, and control of our kids. So to see a young person, you know what I mean, that's out there that was about his business and made sure that his daughter, did not become another statistic and you stepped up and did what you're supposed
Right.
to do, and it's still currently doing what you're supposed to do with regards to giving your daughter the best life possible. I just absolutely commend you on it because we don't see it enough. It's not celebrated enough. It's not even acknowledged enough. What I cannot stand, and it's many people that are guilty of this thing. You have people that these baby daddies that will buy one box of diapers and a pair of Jordans on Christmas, and they get a party. Oh, he tried. Oh, he tried. But you have real fathers like this one that's there every day, or like me that's been there since before conception,
Right.
and there's no acknowledgement. There's no celebration. There's no party. There
Which
is nothing.
and that and I think that's another one of the things too, because I don't do it for the acknowledgement.
Absolutely.
I don't do
Absolutely.
it for the celebration. And like, because one of the things I did do is I did do it to prove that, you because beforehand, before I ended up getting custody or whatnot, one of the things my baby mama always told me was, if she was, or when she's born, I have no rights. She makes all the decisions or whatnot. So once I got to the house, because she tried to sign all the documents before I got to the hospital, and when I got to the hospital, no documents had been signed. The first thing I did was ask them for a DNA test. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, that's just me. I asked
Okay.
for a DNA test. It took a couple days. They said, "Okay, she's your baby. Good." What rights do the second question?
Thank
What
you,
rights
girl.
do I have? They said
Mhm.
you have every right just as much as the mother. Okay, great. Um, I was there, like I missed out on like maybe 2 weeks worth of work. That whole first week I was at the hospital with her, um, making sure that she didn't sign no documents without me, and any questions that I had about any rumor that I've been hearing, I made sure to ask. And that's where I feel like men men need to do, ask questions, you know, like, "Hey, what rights do I have
Come on now.
if I sign this document? What does this mean?" And all this other stuff. Because they ask, "This document is this. Do you have any questions about it?" Okay, so if I sign this here, I have just as much rights as the mom, right? Yes. So that means I can, if I wanted to, I can, hey, I'm taking my daughter to visit my mom or the other side of her family. Yeah, I won't get in trouble about it. No, it won't be kidnapping. No. So that that is something that men also need to be aware of. If your name, like, also too, if you sign the birth certificate, if your name is on that birth certificate, she's yours, or the child is yours. Period. Point blank.
Mhm.
In the story. So you have just as much right to that child as the mom does. And I think when when men hear that from women, that you don't have any rights because I birthed her and your name, you just the name on the birth certificate. You're not just the name on the birth certificate.
Mhm.
And I tell men this all the time, because their name is on the birth certificate, yes, or they took a DNA test and the child is theirs. So technically they still do have just as much right as the mom. I gave them my attorney's number. They pursued it. Now they see their child. Or some of them even got custody. Like, my brother, not the blood brother. Um,
Not the one that was trying to
it
get your girl.
right. I call him my brother because I've been knowing him since my freshman year at high school.
Yeah.
So, I helped him get custody of his daughter
Mhm.
because his yeah, I helped him get custody of his daughter, and he went through the same issues I went through, and he ended up getting custody of her because he asked me how did I do it. I gave him my attorney's number, and he ended up getting custody. So it's like, Sometimes men need to play harder than not play harder, but play just as hard as the women to get to get the rights that they want.
Man.
And it all starts with a DNA test.
Now, Girly in the comments, and I love this. She says that she believes that at birth, testing should be across the board. Men deserve to have the same confidence that that is in fact their child. I can absolutely agree with that. I mean, they're
Yeah.
running every other test under the sun and giving all these immunizations and whatnot.
Mhm.
What is one more test? I actually like that
And
idea,
and
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 I
it's
think
harmless.
yeah,
And it's
exactly,
harmless. Like
exactly.
all they do is just take a Q-tip, swab the mouth.
Yeah,
It's simple, easy,
yeah, yeah.
painless.
Yeah, I love it. I love it should be done for married people as well in case of divorce or an unexpected death. I totally agree with all of that. You know what I mean? I think if we were more regimented in that way, it would cut
Mhm.
down on like Mari would never even have a show. He would not have a show, and like you say, it would definitely it would cut down on some of this foolishness. You know what I mean? Because imagine, you know, there are real life stories of men that have raised children to adulthood or 13, 14 years before they find out that this is not their baby. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I am completely on board with regards to DNA testing across the board with regards to newborns. But man, when I tell you, you have been an awesome guest tonight. Yeah, I love this because these are the type of conversations that I have every single week on my TikTok. And like I said, I didn't know how well it was going to translate over on this side with YouTube. But if I can do this every week with a different person in the box, or even the same people, if we're
Mhm.
going to talk about some different things, I would love it. Just me, a mic, and a box. That's all I need. And we
Right.
can get some things done because you've given us so much wisdom, you've given us so much encouragement, and you have really uplifted my spirits. Again, my daughter is 16, so she's, you know, eligible to date at this point. I didn't let her start dating. I wouldn't allow her to date until she was 16. But and she hasn't officially started dating anybody. She's, you know, she talks
Yeah.
on the phone with little boys or what have you. But my fear was always that, you know, she's never going to find anybody because the way that these women are raising these young boys now is just
Mhm.
garbage. They bear a lot of these men, especially, they don't want wives. They want roommates that they can sleep with. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they don't understand the two becoming one. They want everything split down the middle. They don't care that they make $30 and the woman makes 15. You need to come up with your half of this rent. You see what I'm saying? So it's very discouraging for me because my daughter, she looks at me and my wife, and again, we are an anomaly, and I do recognize that. But this is the first example and the only on the greatest example that she has of love and marriage is right here in the home. So I've always, my fear is that, you know, she's going to be out there looking that
Mhm.
where my mama's first boyfriend is her husband, and they look how good they did. You know what I mean? And my
Right.
fear is, you know, she setting her up for failure because baby, we're an anomaly. How many other couples can do you know? I mean, I can go back a couple of generations and that has occurred, but technically, I don't know anybody that's been together. You know, in my age group, in my age bracket, for as long as me and my wife have been together, and started off as young as we did, and are still happy and together. You know what I mean? But I'm saying all that to say that the I married in '84. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, you married in 80 exactly. But Miss B, okay, she married in '84. She was, you know, yeah, she was young. Um, but I'm saying all that to say, having this conversation with you tonight has really just encouraged me. And of course, you're a lot older than my daughter, but at least lets me know that there are still some guys out there in the world that are about their business, and have a level of maturity, and have like I said, I'm pretty sure you haven't just gotten this way. You've been this way a long time. So that just really has that really encouraged me tonight. To know that, hey, maybe she'll get lucky and land one of them that got a little bit of sense. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these little boys here, they just want to lay and play. And Lord, they want you to pay half the rent. They want you to pay split the bill at the cheesecake factory. All these things. I mean, golly, it's insanity. It's complete insanity. But yeah, I just got to stop and say that, what I mean. And I love what you said earlier with regards to you don't do it for the hand claps, you don't do it for the praise, and neither do I. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I do everything I can as a husband and especially as a father because I want to be everything that I did not have. You know what I
Right.
mean? My mother and my father, they had a tumultuous relationship. She left them when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, never went back. And I admire her for that because that was a difficult thing to do as a very young person. Again, she was 15 when she had me. So we're talking 19, 20 with three to 20 early, barely 20 with three children. And you have to walk away from a husband, but hey, this is best for my kids. You know what I mean? So, um, but I'm not going to say that didn't create a longing within me for, okay, I don't have anybody here to teach me how to tie a tie or to throw the football or the this or the that, take me fishing, these kind of things, or those lessons that just the way that, and I see it now even in my daughter. The way that I behave towards my daughter is totally different than the way that my wife behaves. I always say that we love our children equally, but we love our children differently because of our
Right.
makeup. As a dad, I everything that comes to me hits here and then here. It goes to the head first and then it'll hit the heart because that's my baby. And I just think that with regards to mom, it's the exact opposite. Everything that comes from that baby goes to the heart first, and maybe it'll make it to the head. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, but I think it's so important, and that's why I'm such a proponent or an advocate rather for two parent households when they're successful, or not. I don't mean successful in money. I mean successful in work, and the parents love each other. They're striving to have, and there's a core love between the parents towards the kids, and I just think it creates an ideal foundation for daughters especially, and boys as well. So I'm a super proponent of that. But again, like you said, I don't do any of these things for people to clap for me. I just want neither my son or my daughter to ever feel that longing or that pain or that want for a mother or a father. You know what I mean? And of course,
Right.
a lot of people are not lucky enough to have that. And my mama was the best mama she could be to me. You know what I mean? And I thank her for what she did. But again, I look at my daughter and I see just how much further she'll be pushed because she has she has everything. She has the whole package there. She
Mhm.
has the daddy that's gonna give her that logic and it's gonna keep her in line. You got the mother that you can run to and hold on to when you need that emotional support. And when the push comes to shove, you have both of them, their mother and their father, that's always going to be there until that last breath. And it's just, to me, I just think that is just the way the world is supposed to work. And unfortunately, we in 2024 have just decided that we're going to do whatever we want to do. We don't care about, how your children turn out or what they have or what they don't have. It's, just let it all hang out. And I think that's where society as a whole is just becoming rot, and that's
Right.
where we're getting these little boys that never want to be men or that live at home with their mamas until they 37, 38 years old, and these little girls that are more concerned with gluing a wig down and getting those angel wings just right across the forehead than actually having and doing. You know what I mean? So don't get me started. Let me get off this soapbox. All right, let's take a few more comments because I have kept you a good long while tonight. Let's see. You pointing the wrong way. It's backwards on the screen. I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean I'm pointing the wrong way?
It because you pointing this way when I'm this way.
Oh, so on there really? So
Yeah,
you're on this side of me?
yeah,
Well, why don't I see it that way? I am sitting right here on the left side of the screen, and you're on the right on the way that I'm looking at it. Maybe because the
right.
screen is in selfie
It
mode.
that's probably what it is. Because when I point, I'm pointing to you this way. I'm pointing to my left.
Right. That's what I
Yeah,
mean. But
but
so
when
where? But I'm on the
you
right side of
pointing to
your
my left.
screen.
Yeah, I'm on your right,
Where are
or
you on my?
you're on. Okay, so
Where am
you're
I?
pointing
Am I
this
on the
way.
right side?
You're on my left.
Really?
Yes.
No, no, Mickey. No, I'm not taking any offense to this at all. I'm learning. I told you that the show is gonna look a little ratchet and ghetto until I figure this thing out. I don't know if you don't tell me this is only my second time doing a live on YouTube. So yeah, so I got the point this way to point to you.
Yes. Yes.
I never would have known that. When I tell you you're on the other side.
Right.
So I got it. So it's a mirror within a mirror. This is crazy.
Yeah. So like if I wanted to point to you, I will be pointing this way, but it looked like I'm pointing on the outside. Yo,
So I
on
gotta
the
do the
outside.
opposite. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Mickey. Please do not ever feel like you're doing saying something wrong to me. Please correct me. Don't have me out in these streets looking stupid. Because the man is on the other side. He is over here. He's not there. Oh, the way I'm, but now that I know to do it in the opposite direction, now I won't look stupid on my third live, which will be next week.
It's a learning
I'm
curve.
learning every week. I got a guest in the box. We had a wonderful conversation, and I realized that I'm supposed to point this way. Am I doing it right now?
Yes. Well, to me, you are. To me, you're pointing the right way.
Oh, it is totally wrong, but I know now. All right, because this I've had you for 105 minutes. In addition, mind you, oh sorry, see, I'm still doing it. Mind you, he was on my TikTok before this show began, so he has put in quite some time. I want you to first of all shout out your social media so some of these people can come and grab you. This has been a great conversation, and then we're gonna do what I normally do on my TikTok, which is a final thought, and then we're gonna close this thing on out, and then we'll come back and try again on next week. I'm gonna get better. See, I'm learning. I'm learning something new every week. Go ahead. What words of wisdom would you like to leave with men and women in the dating pool, or fathers, especially? Like I see, you've given so much tonight. I don't know if you had. Yeah, I think you said enough, but I would love anything else, any other words that you'd like to give, any other advice you would give to those that are out there looking for love, or single parents, dads, anything. I mean, I can go with just about anything you've said. You've just been a wealth of knowledge tonight.
Um, I mean, that's just what I've been. Some of the stuff I was just taught by my dad, my uncle, well, my uncles plural. Um, like they just taught me to like work on myself, be the best person I can be. You know, if if you don't like who you are, then change it. That's become the person you want to be. So if all you see is negativity, be that positive. Be positive to somebody.
I
Just
like. Hey, short and
yeah.
sweet. I like it. I like. Look, you've been pouring into us all night. You don't have anything else to give. I understand. Give us your social media handles. And y'all say it's the same as TikTok. That is a lie. I do not have to point in the opposite direction on TikTok.
It's pretty much let me see. My business page, like I don't have any content on my business pages, but it is my business
What
page.
business are you promoting, sir?
massage therapy.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, if you want it
Um,
smacked up, flipped and rubbed down, this is your boy.
like no, because like I was thinking about following this trend on TikTok because there's this trend going around on TikTok. It was like if I own a certain business and then they'll play like some kind of music behind it. Like let me see. Like it was like if I owned a STD clinic or whatever, then they had Alicia Keys, "Girl
Oh,
on
I
Fire."
did that. I just did that with the. I did the child support clinic, and I played.
Yeah,
That's just my baby daddy.
but yeah, like I was gonna do that with my massage and then play Kaya, like my neck, my back.
My neck, my back. That would be a good one.
Either that or I was gonna do that R. Kelly song, when rubbing on your booty or whatever the case is. I was gonna
Feeling
do
on your
that one.
booty. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I like owned a freaky massage therapist
Right, right.
practice or whatever, I was gonna do one of the I was gonna do either one of those two. I'm I'm debating on if I want still want to do it, but I don't know.
That's cool.
But yeah, my my Instagram business page is Massage King. Um my personal Instagram is Thor Mayweather. My TikTok is Thor Mayweather or Thor underscore Mayweather. I really don't know. I just know it's Thor and Mayweather. You'll see, yeah, that's pretty much it on all of those. My Facebook, if you want that, is my name, Justin Fondren. If you want my business page on Facebook, it is Massage King, mobile massage therapist. Um, right now on my massage pages, I don't have any videos of massages, but I do have like promotions and stuff like that.
Love it.
I I'm trying to become national so that way I can like do over the road, like do different like go to different states and massage there because I
Like
know
P
that
Diddy parties.
no, not Diddy parties. Um, like 'cause
I mean, he was having them come in from different states, right? Am I wrong?
well, I mean, but I don't like because my thing is okay. Because my thing is that one of the reasons why I got into massage therapy though is because like a lot of our people don't really have massage therapy. Like a lot of people don't even know what it is. A lot of people can't
Mhm.
afford it. So my thing is I try to make it affordable for for every one of us, for those, for the common folk, you know. So if if you're tired, you just got off work and you don't feel like leaving your home, but your back hurt, feet hurt, whatever, I'll come to you. You ain't even got all you gotta do is just shower and be within the comforts of your own home.
Mhm.
So you ain't gotta leave, you ain't gotta waste no gas, you ain't got like if you want a 1 hour, that's just a flat $60. That's it.
Okay. And you bring
Um
the baby oil, right?
I don't use baby oil. I use I use massage cream. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Um
gonna stop. I'm gonna
like
stop.
for some reason I can't do oils at all because it feels weird. It
Uh-huh.
feels weird it feels weird doing massages with
I
oil.
bet. I bet. Man, I have loved this. This has been awesome. I think they said, did you just say it's Justin on? I guess they were trying to get to that Facebook, get the
Yes,
Facebook
that's
handle.
yes. Justin Fondren on Facebook. Yeah, that's my personal Facebook.
And that's fine, people. If you don't write it down, the video will save, and you'll be able to play the whole show back again. So you can watch it again and fast forward and get back to this section so that you can grab those handles. At some point, I'll learn how to segment it up. Although this show was all over the place, and I loved it because it was an organic show and an organic conversation, which I think are always the best. With that, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to call it a night. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you all that showed up tonight. Again, we're few in number but mighty in purpose. You know what I mean? Just like I started off on TikTok with one friend, I'll never forget it. I didn't know what I was doing. I hit the live button for the first time and was terrorized. Eyes was this big the whole time. And I met a friend. She's my oldest TikTok friend from that day to this, and she was on the other side of the world. She lives in Israel, and she chatted with me, and from that it evolved into nearly a quarter of a million TikTok. I don't like using the word followers, but TikTok followers. And now we're over here, and I'm gonna do it again. You know what I mean? We're at 6,000, almost 6,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna build that thing up brick by brick. And you guys are here on the ground floor, so you guys will remember when I was sitting here trying to figure this thing out. So I appreciate each and every one of you for coming through tonight. Again, please like, thank you all for the likes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for myself, my brother over here. Please come back on next week. At some point, we're going to stop TikTok altogether, and it's going to be exclusively the lives like this. I've enjoyed this particular setting. I'm still working through how I want to handle things. I love the interview style anyway. I was doing that over there as well. If you want to be the next person in the hot box, in the interview box, please send me an email to mjbonner2012 at yahoo.com, and we can begin the conversation there to see what can you bring. This guy right here, I had no idea he was going to bring this much tonight, but he gave us words of wisdom and encouragement. He gave us a testimony, a story. These are the type of guests that I want to have, and the type of people that I want to promote. Good old positivity. You know what I'm saying? We can have a little trash every now and then. I've had
Nah,
trash
it's fine.
guests over on TikTok, but
Um,
not tonight. We had a good one tonight. I do. I've interviewed Mama D. I've interviewed, oh God, the Resilient Crew. Three members of the Resilient Crew: the mama, the daddy, and the first baby mama. Two of the three were trash, and we know which two we were talking about. It wasn't the baby mama. I've interviewed some pretty big people over there, and I believe you me, it's gonna happen over here as well. But it starts right here at the bottom, brick by brick. What they say, the longest mile or the longest walk begins with one step, and I am taking those steps to build this platform. And I thank you all for helping me out with that. So hit that subscribe button. I am MJ Bonner 2544 on YouTube. You scroll over to the playlist, check out my documentary. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. Um, Trials, tribulation, testimony. It'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh, all those things. It's a great one. And please rewatch this live if you've enjoyed it. Share me out. Let some people know that I'm here and I'm here to stay. With that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap for the night. I'm gonna try to go on TikTok. We'll begin the shows on TikTok. The shows are gonna get shorter and shorter. It'll be just
oh,
long enough to let people know I'm about to move, and then at some point it'll be strictly here on the YouTube, and that's the way we're gonna move going forward. So, time frames. It'll be Friday nights, most definitely. My regular show on TikTok starts at 8:30, so at some point I'm gonna try to cut it at like 9:30 at the latest, and then we'll start over here. But don't hold me to that time for now, because again, I'm still working through some things to try to get a good balance, and I'm still moving people over from my TikTok platform. So the as soon as we get a nailed down time, you're gonna hit this button, and I'm gonna be here on time, ready to go. We talk about any and everything. My goal each and every week when I'm here is to educate, enlighten, and above all else, entertain. If you like what you've heard, hit that subscribe button. Become part of my new YouTube family. With that, I love you all with the love of God, and I'll see you all on next week. Thank you so much for being my guest tonight, brother. Are you coming back next
all
week? I
right.
hope I went too hard. I'm still messing it up. Look, I told you I was going to be a little ghetto every now and then. I am learning. Last week was even more ghetto than this week. This week was actually pretty smooth. Last week, I'll tell you guys, if you watch closely, my entire jaw is swollen. And it was all my fault. My daughter had made this pasta dish. This is why I called it. I was telling you guys I had a stroke. It wasn't really a stroke. My daughter had made this pasta. She, learned how to cook. So the meal was actually pretty good. She had this, whatever the thick pasta is, can't remember the name of it. It was good though. For whatever reason, I had one of the good forks, not the little cheap forks from Walmart, but one of the ones that we got as a wedding gift. It was stainless steel, and I bit down. I got it, Sonia. I got it. I bit down on it, and I bit down on what I thought was the pasta, and it was the actual fork, and it went between the teeth. I actually knocked some enamel off the front of one of my teeth at the bottom, and it shifted. All of this was
Mm,
swollen up. So you can see, if you watched closely last week, all of this is swollen. And I would wake up in the morning and my teeth in the back would not touch on this side.
mm.
So
Ouch.
the whole show, I'm looking at like, all these people don't realize my whole face is swollen. And no, it wasn't a fight. I lost the fight to a good, expensive fork. So that is my stroke story. We're going to end with that. All right, let me make sure I don't have any more comments before we go. Read your comments, Lord, other way. I got it. I got it. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. LSU, shout it out. Write yourself a note to point the other way. I'm going to Mickey as long as you keep coming back and reminding me what they say it takes 7 tries to get it right. So I got another 6 shows to get this pointing correct. All right.
Use the non-ring hand.
Oh, that's not gonna help me. I'm still. Well, maybe so. Okay, because that's unnatural to
Yeah,
do it that way.
that's uncomfortable. That's
Yeah,
more
that is.
comfortable.
That is so true. So I just got to use the right hand. I got you.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure this thing out. I do hope you come back next week. I appreciate you being my special guest of the night. It has been wonderful interviewing you. You are definitely my YouTube brother now because I'm about done with TikTok. So I hope to see you next week at the same time. We're gonna start off over
Oh
there
yeah.
in the old world and move over here to TikTok. So good night. I thank you all. Enjoy your weekend. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. What did you get your daughter for Christmas? Did she ask for something crazy?
No. And that's another thing too is I taught my daughter from a young age that there is no such thing as Santa Claus, and that pretty much all these holidays is just for big companies to be greedy. So
My daughter believed in Santa Claus until she was 12.
nope.
I
I taught
loved
my
it though. But here's the thing. Now you get me started in another conversation. And like I
it.
say, you raise your kid how you want to, but this is the thing about it. The reason why I was so adamant about Santa Claus with my daughter. Christmas for me has been and will always be my favorite holiday because for what my mom, like I said, regardless of what we were going through, financially or otherwise, she made sure that every Christmas was special to us. I cannot remember a
Mhm.
bad Christmas ever. And I don't know how she did it sometimes. I really don't. I can remember one time in particular, the Christmas tree was loaded. Loaded. There were 2 sets of colored wrapping paper. She handed us these 2 boxes. And I can't remember what lie she told us, but she told us everything else up under the tree was for somebody else. So we're sitting there trying to be grateful. We open up the boxes and they're these little cheap Family Dollar games. So I'm trying not to cry. And I'm like, thank you,
Tell her it was tears of joy.
Mama. No, sir. It was tears of wet enough. You mean to tell me we've been looking at these boxes for a month and none of these belong to us? When I tell you, and like I said, but it was one of those moments. But you loved your mama so much that you did not want to hurt her feelings, not make her feel
Right.
bad. You know what I mean? And so I meant it, even though I was hurt, and my sister did it too. And like I say, we still fight back tears. And then she finally, let it out the bag that it was our stuff, and she didn't put any names on it. She color coordinated the boxes so she knew what was mine and what was my sister's. To this day, it was my fondest Christmas moment. Ooh, and the time that I ruined the Christmas tree. Okay, I will tell the story real quick. Okay, so my mama, I don't know, we were not supposed to be playing on the stove. We were waiting on her to cook breakfast. This was like October. She's like, Mama, you need to come on, get this thing together. And she wouldn't get up. So we decided, okay, well, we'll just go get us some cereal. So we get up on the counter, get the cereal, pour it in the bowls. We straight. We'll be done with these cereals and dispose of the evidence before she gets up, and then we'll just eat again. She opens up the door, so we've got to get rid of these cereal, or we're gonna get in trouble because she said she was going to cook. Um, and you say I'm holding my hair, looking guilty. I am guilty. So we ended up throwing the entire bowls of cereal in my mama's Christmas tree box. So imagine how bad that's going to stink. It was the winter time, so the heat is on. My mama could not figure out why it was stinking. And we wouldn't say anything because we didn't want to whoop it. So we just let it go. And she would mop the house. She mopped this house for a month and a half trying to get the stinking smell out of the house. She finally decided she wanted to get a new Christmas tree. So we drug the Christmas tree up, and she never realized that the tree was stinking. So we got away with it. We waited about 8 years to tell her what actually happened. You can you will not believe this woman tried to whoop us 8 years later.
Hey, what's the famous saying? You never too old for a whooping.
Exactly. She tried to whoop her. But I'm saying all that to say these are the reasons why Christmas is so important to me. But back to my Santa Claus story. I don't know why I'm echoing. What's happening? Did you get a call or something?
No.
I'm echoing. I don't know where the echo started. The echo just started. You blinked and then we started echoing. How do we fix this?
I have no clue.
Hold on. Hello. Are you able to put your microphone on mute? Hello. Okay, I'm straight now. Put it back. Turn it back on. Hello. It's you. Put your mic on mute. All right, because I'm gonna finish this story and then I'm gonna go. Okay, so and I'm gonna let you respond because this is coming back to the belief around Santa Claus. I'm of the belief that you have the rest of your life to deal with real life. By allowing my daughter to believe in Santa Claus, it allowed for her to dream. You know what I mean? And it basically says the way that I see it is when we say Santa Claus rewards you, all you got to be is a good person. If you're a good person and you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be rewarded. That is the premise of this Santa Claus thing. Again, you have the rest of your life to think about lights, gas, water, food, mortgage, car note, insurance, all these kind of things. You know what I mean? But for those 12 years, all she had to believe was if I get good grades, if I'm a good girl, if I'm a good person, I'm going to be rewarded. Santa Claus, this magical person, is going to grant my wishes. And I thought it was just the most beautiful display. You know what I mean? And then once Santa Claus was gone, then she got a healthy dose of reality. Me and Mama been Santa Claus the whole time, and guess what? We're not going to make this magic happen no more. Here's your budget. And it's not as fun anymore. Now she wished she could go back to believing in Santa Claus, where you just write out this list and the stuff magically happens. But now, yeah, she gets a budget. I sit in front of her and I like her because she's so intelligent. She compiles a list of things where you just go through her spreadsheet and click little buttons and it takes you right to the place to buy it and all this kind of stuff. It's funny because we'll let her compile this huge list and I'll just go through and pick out the stuff that I like. and she's real slick with it. Now, mind you, there are only two grandchildren, and she was the only one for 13 years. So she is she'll let us go through it, and then she'll send a list to the aunt. Then she'll send a list to the grandparents, and before long, she has everything that she wanted. So she's still very much spoiled in that way, but but she does have a healthy dose of reality now. And you know what I mean? I just feel like for kids to be able to dream, because I've had friends that were real bad with it. They were like, okay, mama can't buy you nothing right now, but when she get her tax money, then she'll be able to buy you some stuff. And I mean, I had a this child was like 4. Why do you know about tax money at 4? You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it just ruined. It just ruined, you know what I mean? The child. I'm gonna let you get there. But to me, it just ruined the childhood. You know what I mean? And like I said, my daughter, she didn't know anything about bills. She didn't know anything about, all she knew is I gotta be, as long as I'm a good person, these good things are gonna happen to me. And that's real. I mean, I won't say that's not actually real life, but I mean, if you do well on a job, you get promoted. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's some yeah. She has an actual spreadsheet. I'm not even kidding, Mickey. All right, I'm gonna let you respond to that. I wish we would have started on this no Santa versus Santa conversation, because it's a really good one. Go ahead.
I don't know. Like the only reason why I told her I don't there's no such thing as Santa is because like before she became a middle, because when she hit fifth grade, or no, when she hit sixth grade, she just became a all her years of elementary school, preschool, from the time I got custody of her all the way up till fifth. Always reward behavior. So it was like we went, we've done things. We went shopping, we went out to eat, whatever she wanted. Like one time, I even spent, I want to say I spent $300 in like just food alone, just for her. She ate $300 worth of seafood, just for getting all A's and perfect attendance in third grade. So I've always
Good night,
done for
girly.
Good night, girly. Okay, so I've always done for her. So it's like, okay, I'm not about to have somebody else come and take the credit for what I've done. So there's no such thing as Santa Claus. So like, I'll still buy her some Christmas presents. The things I wasn't able to get her throughout the year, but Christmas. I kind of look at Christmas like, okay, this is what I couldn't get you throughout the year. So here you go. Or I'll just dish her out $100 and take her out shopping and get her what she wants. So like, but here recently we've kind of hit a rough patch because she thinks she's grown, so to speak. So it's kind of like she's, I guess she's trying to find herself at this age or whatnot. So it's a rough patch, but we're working through it. And I'm constantly reminding her, hey, you're a good person. You're just in a different environment, and some environments, you got to get adjusted to. But don't let the attitudes or the actions of other kids influence how you really are. Because I know for a fact you're a good person. I've seen it. I've watched you grow into that person. But don't let nobody else take that from you.
I
So,
like it.
and I keep telling her I don't reward for bad behavior. And she thinks because she was good
Hold
all
on,
these
baby.
other years that I'm gonna still continue to reward her. And I'm like, no.
Okay, I'm good with that too.
So
I'm still
I'm
echoing. We're
still
about
echoing. We're
done.
about done.
Uh,
Uh,
now with regards
Now, with
to
regards
rewarding the
to
good
rewarding the good
behavior, especially
behavior,
grades, my daughter has been
especially
a straight A
grades, my
student her
daughter
entire life. and
ratings
my
in
her
her child life.
grandmother,
And
I
my
can't
her
remember how many
grandmother,
dollars she get
I can't
per
remember
A.
how
I
many
think it may
dollars
be
she
ten
get
dollars
per
an
A.
A.
I think it may
That
be
lady has
$10 an
been
A.
she's
That
been
lady has
broke
been
for the
she's been
last
broke
10 years.
for the last 10 years.
I knew
Yeah,
not to do
yeah.
that.
I knew not to do that. That's how she got that $300 worth of credit.
Yep, I
She,
mean it's
yep, I mean
bad.
it's
That
bad.
money add
But
up.
that money
Okay, we
add up.
got
Okay,
we got an echo. We're about
we
to
got an
end
echo.
anyway,
We're
but
about to
we had
end anyway,
one
but we
final
had
question.
one
And we're gonna let
final
you grab
question,
it,
and
and
we're
then
gonna
you're
let
gonna
you
go.
grab it, and then
I
you're
keep
gonna go.
saying that, and the
I keep saying
conversation
that.
keeps going because it's so good. Um, they want to know about the other children. Your child's siblings. Do they still live
Do
with
they
mom?
still live with mom? Yes. Um, her,
Mm,
her, her two sisters, and she got three other kids that
mm.
she has. So she has them.
Does she
Does
feel
she feel
like an
like an
outsider,
outsider?
or does that affect her in any way? Have you that I could see as unintentionally affecting a child in ways. Have you noticed any of that? Uh, with her having to split the time and knowing that these kids are there full time and versus being there. She's only there for weekends or what have you.
Um, in a way, it does because she has asked me a few times, and I'm thinking it's I'm thinking it's her mom or her grandma that's feeding her this because she's asked me when the summer break was over because she spent half the summer with her mom, and after that she came to me and asked me why did I take her from her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, once you're older, I will like I was me and your mom will sit down and we will explain it. We will explain once you're old enough to understand. So,
Okay.
okay, because I've never not once trash talk or talk bad about her mom in front of her, and I've like if she wanted to go see her mom, I've like, hey, I'm on this day I'm bringing Jordan over because that's my daughter's name, Jordan.
Oh.
I'm bringing Jordan over. Is that okay? If she says yes, that's fine. If she say no, that's fine. But I try to include the mom in everything that I would I try to include her mom and the siblings in everything that we do.
Okay.
Graduations, sporting events, whatever my daughter is a part of, I try to invite the mom to be a part of that. Now, whether she comes or not, that's up to her. But I can't control what she do, and she will see that. Like she will see that. Like Jordan will see that growing up. So I'm not gonna talk bad. Like, see, your mom's trash. She don't even want to come to your baseball games or whatever the case is. So I just let her deal with that when in her own time. But as far as that goes, I'm guessing she's looking at her older sister get all these things from her mom and expects me to get that for her. So, but we're working towards it though. I can tell you that much.
I like it.
I like it.
One more
One more
question. Look,
question.
every time I
Look,
think
every
we're
time
at the
I think
last
we're at the
question,
last
another one
question,
rolls
another one
in.
rolls in.
Do you not
Do you
think
not
she's
think
old
she's
enough
old enough
now that she's
now that
actually
she's
asking
actually
the
asking the
questions?
questions? That I don't know, cause like like now she's 13, but I kind of want to wait a little longer till she's old enough to fully understand. Cause I don't think at the age of 13 she don't understand the fact that like all she know is that her brother or all she knows is that she has a brother that um or her brother's dad used to be my friend. That's all she knows. She don't know the story behind it, or she don't know that how it came to be or how our breakup came to be. So that's all she knows. All she knows is she has a brother. That's it.
I like it. I like it. We're gonna end now because the feedback is really bad, and these comments are not gonna stop. So
I just know that time started over for me. I don't know if it did for you, but it like because at first we was like at a maybe an hour 30 minutes.
I got a 1 hour 38 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah, I got 13 minutes.
See, I don't know what you did something on your
I didn't
side.
do
You messed up
anything.
the sound and everything.
I didn't do anything.
You did. Your screen blanked out, and nothing was right after that. Take some responsibility.
Yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, like once you get used to StreamYard, it'll let you have like more than one person in the box.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll let you have more than one person, and I think you're able to comment or not you, but like the guests. I think the guests will allow you to comment in the chat or whatnot. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna do some real research, and maybe next week I'll be ready to try it out. But yeah, I'm happy with what we got tonight. But yeah, we're definitely going to advance. This is only show number 2.
If you want, I can send you a video of the lady that actually uses StreamYard.
Okay.
I can send you one of her videos, and you can inbox her yourself and ask her like, "Hey, I'm new to streaming on YouTube, and somebody told me about." Or you can even give her my name, Thor.
See, but streaming on YouTube, I would have to do it from a laptop. I wouldn't be able to do because right now I'm still using my phone. Isn't that right?
I think you can use a phone, tablet, or whatever laptop.
Can you?
I'm not sure.
If I'm still able to use my phone, that's fine. But I know that the camera on my laptop, the quality is not going to be as good as this phone.
Yeah. Like that's something you will have to ask her. But
Sure.
I'm definitely gonna send you one of her videos, and hey, maybe she could be one of the topics of discussion. Because I know she touches a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
She actually touches a lot of subjects.
Hey, might be my next guest. You never know. You never know.
She's pretty good about it too.
Yeah.
But
well, you have my email address, so you can send it to me. I will be definitely looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna inbox you on TikTok. I'm gonna send you one of her videos on TikTok.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Sound good to me. Marquise, for real though, they have a new platform in beta testing. Gonna pay more than TikTok. We'll see. I want to be here because YouTube is not going anywhere.
Right. Mickey, my government name is Justin. Thor is just my internet name.
Thor, that's the one with the hammer, right?
Yes.
Is that your favorite character?
No. It's just something I just made up. Thor Mayweather is just something I just made up.
Okay, I got it. All right, folks. It's 2:18. This has been my special guest. I hope you guys have enjoyed him as much as I have. This has been a wonderful interview, and we're gonna try it again on next week. See you guys next Friday. Merry Christmas, because I won't see you guys until after. Enjoy your holiday. Love you all with the love of God. See you next week.